I'm DJ Premier and I present to you So What's Up.
Okay, computer. Run it back.
So what's up?
Yes, another episode of So What's Up. I'm here to bring you another R&B joint because we've been keeping hip hop all the time in any genre of music, but we're gonna go into dope radio records and dope artists that put it down. This one is a soloist. She made a dope debut in 1994. Man, one of the most classic records of R&B for the younger generation of that era in 1994. This woman put it down, and she is so dope. The great Brandy Norwood, better known as Brandy. Big shout out to her. We don't even do applause things, but we'll applaud her. You know what I'm saying? Because her career is different. And not only that, her brother also took so many lanes that put him into the stratosphere of stardom as a singer, as an actor, as a reality TV star, to just everything. And gotta shout out Ray J. Big up to him. 1994, when Brandy's debut album Brandy dropped, all the hits and the remix with Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and Yo-Yo. One thing that is very key and great to the career of Brandy is her acting career. In 1996, way previous to what I did on the remix, the creation of the television sitcom Moesha, that garnered so many levels of not only her career, but a lot of guest appearances. It's unfortunate that a lot of them have passed on, especially like the great Kobe Bryant, the great Bernie Mac, Maya Angelou, Estelle Harris, Merlin Santana, Robert Guillaume, who we know as Benson from back in the day, and also people like Yvette Wilson, who was also so funny in the movie Friday and a staple in the show. And Ricky Harris, another fine, dope comedian from the West Coast that also made appearances there, and also got to shout out Lamont Bentley, you know what I'm saying? And through all of that, still she prevailed. And at the same time, the greatness of all of those people mentioned that passed on did leave a mark that'll never be forgotten. Fast forward into 1998, the second album was called Never Say Never. This album here jumped off so ill because Brandy hooked up with ATL's Monica, and they did one of the illest records of our time called The Boy Is Mine. And it really ran for a long time before anything else was even surfaced on the album. And from that point moving forward, then she drops a single on the mellow tip, but it goes there too, called Almost Doesn't Count. This is how I got it when I got it to do what I did, which is the remix. I'm back to the case. Remember the other one's all taped up with masking tape and all that? This one is in better shape. Some of my favorite discs are protected in these cases, and maybe you can see it through the charcoal, but let me make it a little easy for you. Let's take it out, put that back, and you get the remix. It doesn't say that Almost Doesn't Count, but this is the original disc. It just says Brandy Remix and the tempo, but this is Almost Doesn't Count remix. It was a pleasure to even get the call to be a part of this, because for me, most of the gigs I get are always hip-hop oriented, remixes and even original songs. But with this one, I get a call from the president of Atlantic, Craig Kalman. Shout out to Craig, he's still there rocking and rolling. He told me, I want you to put your swing on it because we're coming out with a string of them on a 12-inch single of different producers doing their own remix. But I got to get a DJ Premier one. Now, during this era of 1998, the bounce era of music, that just makes you do it. Even if you don't want to, you can't help it because it just makes you do that. Good example, Timbaland and Aaliyah. Are You That Somebody?
Is it my
even a New York artist like Jay-Z doing Big Pimpin'.
We doing big pimpin', we spending cheese. Check them out now. Big pimpin' on BLADs. We doing big pimpin' up in NYC. It's just that Jigga Man, Pimp C and B-U-M-B. Yo, yo, yo. Big pimpin', spending cheese. We doing big pimpin' on BLADs. We doing big pimpin' up in NYC. It's just that Jigga Man, Pimp C and B-U-M-B.
And because of that, I was like, I want to have that too, but still have the premier approach of it where you could blend the two records and they will totally match and this would still keep going. Okay, and with that in mind, I attacked it that way. The one thing that I got to explain to everybody that I always do, I could actually stop now, but I'm going to keep doing it just because it kind of just automatically goes in that direction when I break down these records in the floppy disk, which is what I'm about to discuss. The sounds are contained on this floppy disk right here, and the sounds are then stored on this disk through a device called the Akai S950. I used to use the Akai S900, but the 950 has more sample time and they look exactly alike, so the only difference is the 5 and the O. Now, as it's stored on here, it is then transferred to be programmed with a program disk into the Akai MPC-60, which was my weapon of choice during that era of the 90s. And when you do that, it now has to sync up to what, not Pro Tools, 2-inch tape. See that? That's a 2-inch tape. There's no mistakes allowed because with digital, all you do is hit one button, that is undo, and you're back to home. You're back home safe. With reel-to-reel, mess it up, mess up a bad punch, mess up a bad scratch, mess up a bad vocal, mess up anything. It's gone. There's no bringing it back. So the sharpness of focusing on making a good record and getting all the accuracies down, you have to do it on tape. And that makes you really certified in so many ways of knowing that there's no options once you accidentally erase something just because tape is exactly what it is. You tape it, no undoing. And because of that, let's get to the point of syncing all of this stuff that I just mentioned to the tape so that when you dump it, you get what you're about to get, which is the song, or should I say the remix. But there's another thing that makes it all happen that you gotta have. The tape is run on a time code, but it's read through a little box, a device by Roland, which is one of the most reputable companies. It's called the SBX80. That thing right there reads the equipment, the tape, and puts them all together as one. And being got a Brandy remix, which I was so excited to have and still excited because it's already set in stone. And shout out to all the DJs that played it because I got a lot of play on that remix. The next thing is to insert the disc into the S950 so that you can load up the sounds and then get the program of the program disc, which is on the MPC-60, also made by Akai. If I didn't say it before, I said it. And if I said it already, I said it again. Then the thing that you gotta do next is press play and record on the 2-inch tape, because when it starts and you load this thing up, you get this.
Look, it's all or nothing, baby. Are you in? Are you out? If not, I gotta let you go. And there you have it. This episode's a little more short and sweet, but you know what?
they're all important because that's why we're here to talk about it. And Brandy is definitely an important part of this music history. And again, shout out to Ray J and everything that y'all do for entertainment and your family. Big ups. And the only thing I gotta say after that, that's what's up.
Everybody knows